We pass them every day, the buildings that make up the history of our towns and cities, but which have fallen out of use and often into disrepair. Overshadowed now by the new tower blocks reaching into the Manchester sky, this industrial building was once the centre of a bustling business community. It's been like this for a long time now. Like the building next door where they once made mattresses behind that green tiled entrance, campaigners say these places need to be saved. They're among 18 buildings in Greater Manchester, added to a list of more than 1,000 nationwide, which they say could be found a new use, preserving history and making environmental sense.
It was both a ragged school for children, so that they went to school and they were also provided with clothing and food, which obviously was really important.
Winston Churchill once visited this school and the crushing poverty that surrounded it. It is protected, and you don't have to go far to see the desire to put up new buildings rather than reusing old ones. Campaigners say that's a chance being missed.
The carbon cost of demolishing buildings and then getting rid of all of the rubble and then building a new building is huge, and the construction industry accounts for a huge percentage of the amount of carbon that's being emitted. We've started from the point of trying to protect historic buildings, but it's become increasingly clear that that's not the only thing that we need to be worrying about. We do need to be worrying about the environment, and the two things have come together.
On London's Oxford Street stands a building that's become a test case in a debate about refurbishing old buildings instead of knocking them down and starting again. The government refused Marks & Spencer's permission to demolish and rebuild its flagship store, in part because of the environmental impact, that it would waste thousands of tons of what's called embodied carbon, the emissions from putting it up in the first place. There's a growing movement for the construction industry to think of retrofitting first.
There's so many benefits. There's commercial benefits and sustainability benefits. It can be delivered quicker, cheaper, greener. However, not all buildings are going to be capable of performing in that way. And I think the innovation that we've seen in the industry over the last 5 years probably dwarfs that we saw over the previous 13. It's really exciting at the moment.
M&S haven't given up on rebuilding here, and net zero targets mean this debate matters. Back in Manchester, the forlorn site of the Particular Baptist Chapel, built in 1907 but now disused, and at the heart of the question of whether our past can be part of our future. Greg Milam, Sky News, Manchester.